quick. Okay, today I am coming on real quick to show you how you are able to do a graduation fan inside a Silhouette Studio instead of Canva. And the reason why I am doing this is because there is a lot of us, including myself, we are using the drop and drag option. But one of the things and challenges with the drop and drag is placement. Sometimes you may be running into issues where you are using a photo and your photo is not correctly positioned in the drop and drag. Canva does not allow you to reposition the photo inside of a drop and drag. So I'm going to show you how you are able to achieve that inside of Silhouette. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to come over here and I'm going to bring in the image that I have been using as an example. Okay, so next what we're going to do over here, we are going to make 2024. Okay, so we're going to click on it again and I'm going to zoom in. All right, so as you notice, it's spread it far apart. So next thing I'm going to come over here and do, I am going to come to the A section with a line on the side and I'm going to come up to this section called line spacing. What I'm doing, I'm trying to get the 24 close as possible and touching each other, which I have done. So now I want the 2 and the 0 to be touching as well. So I am going to try, let me see, I'm going to letter, what is it called? Well, let me change the font first. I'm going to change this font to, let's see, Impact. I'm going to Impact. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to letter spacing because there is a technique that I usually do with this to try to get the characters to be close as possible. Okay, so we got them close as possible. Everything's touching. So now we are going to use the method of the we're going to use the method of creating um, offsets to get the 2 and the 20 and the 24 to touch. So before I do that, I'm going to change this color to black. And then I am going to move this 0 because this 0 is loose. I'm going to move this 0 over here. Let's see. I'm going to ungroup this because I need the 0 to move closer to that 2. So let me get that 0. Okay, just like that. That's how I want it. And the 4 and the 2 is already touching, I believe. So I'm going to try to get that like this. Okay, that's exactly how I want it. I just want it just like that. So next what I'm going to do, I am going to bring in my, let me see, that 4 is a little, no, I want it back. I want it back how it was. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to bring my design in. I'm going to bring it to the front. And then I am going to crop. Now this is the part that Canva cannot do when you do the drop and drag. So I'm going to crop this. Now you see how her face and stuff looks a little off or whatever. I am going to keep that highlighted. I'm going to come over here to the paint section and then I'm going to go all the way over to these dots and I'm going to hit pan pattern. What I'm doing, I am taking the inside of the design and I am bringing it up to show her face. So I like it. Okay, I'm going to ignore this right now because, let me see. You know what? Let me see if I can find a correct photo for that. Okay. I merged in the wrong photo. I wanted to merge in the ones without words, so I'm just going to do a quick um, recap, and I'm going to crop. Let's see, make sure the whole thing is okay. So it's cropped. I'm going back in. I'm going to the section I got pan pattern, and I'm going to bring her face back over to how I want it. Okay. So I got her face. Let's see. Let's see pan pattern again. Okay, I can get her face a little more. Let's see. I'm gonna get her face a little. There we go. A little more like that. Bam. So I like that, right? So now what I'm going to do, I am going to highlight this entire picture, and then I'm going to come over here to the offset, and I'm going to start creating my offsets. Okay. So I see this is, I'm gonna make it a little bigger, see what happens. Just down a little more. Okay. Let's see. Let me come over here to, I'm gonna make that black. Let me go back just a few more. Okay, I want that to be touching that. That's how I wanted this to be, like these two touching. And we'll see what happens. Okay, I think they're touching now, okay? So let's highlight this again. Just put this. Okay, I think they touching. So I just went back and I fixed a couple things. So we're gonna create an offset, and I'm gonna bring this down some. Because when you do your cutting, you do not want the middle to get cut out. So I like it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna go to the black, make this black. Okay, so I'm about to group everything, okay? So I'm hitting group, and now I'm about to create another offset, but I'm gonna make that color purple. Okay, so everything's fine, everything's connecting, so I'm gonna make that purple. Okay, so everything is connecting. So when you get your cut, I'm gonna zoom in. So when your project, move this over, wait till I see the hand. Uh-oh. Always remember in silhouette, do not move anything until you see like the little hand. Let me zoom out real quick. Now I'm just moving this over because I want to zoom in and to pay attention to how it's going to cut. Okay, so everything is okay. Everything is fine with me. So now what I am going to do is I am going to create a text. So again, make sure everything is grouped before you move anything. Okay, let's see. I'm going to create a text. You know what? That's a lot of purple. So I'm going to do one more offset, and I'm going to put gold, the color of the balloon. So, okay, now I'm seeing how it's forming. So, Okay, so I'm gonna take my Doppler and I'm gonna come over here and make the offset the color of the balloons. So now I like everything. So when your print cuts, it's going to cut around. It's not going to cut on the inside. It's going to just like cut inside of here to get these little pieces out. And so I'm going to group that again. I'm going to zoom down. And now I'm going to make my text. And we're going to write congratulations. Okay, so I am now about to size this up just a little bit. And I am going to make the inside of that purple. So I'm gonna make this purple, and then I'm gonna make another offset, but I'm gonna change this font. I'm gonna change this font to this here. I'm gonna zoom in on this font. It's called Congratulations font. Okay, I like everything in here, so I'm going to make an offset. And I'm gonna make this the color of the balloons. Okay, so I'm gonna make one more offset. Now that's the thing about Silhouette. Silhouette is all about offsets. You know, to bring your project to life, it's about using offsets and things like that. You could do a lot of creativity projects just from using this offset feature alone. So I am going to make that black because I want it to stand out. So now I'm going to group this, and I am going to, you know what, I'm going to change the color of one of the offsets. You know, I'm just going to leave it as this right here. So this is for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to group this, which is it's grouped. Let's make sure it's grouped. All right. And then we are going to bring this congratulations on top of this lovely, and then I'm going to get it in close, a little close, and I'm going to bring this up just a little more. Because this is going to be at the bottom of the graduation fan. Right. So let's see, that's fine. And you could put it here, you can put it here, or you can put it down here. So because I did this already earlier, but I did it in a different color, I am going to put it back down here. And I'm just going to bring this in. Okay. So this is where the difference comes at between Canva and Silhouette. You are able to do a lot of adjustments with your image inside of your frame. You can import a frame inside of Silhouette Studio and add your own picture, and you can create patterns. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to highlight this whole entire thing. I'm going to hit group, and then I think I'm going to make one more offset. Okay, so this is my assurance. When it cut right. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a thin purple. It's a purple. Okay, so it's going to cut all around this, but it's not going to cut on the inside. So I am going to lock this. Then I'm come over here to my setup, in my registration marks. I got my paper size already. Everything is thick. Like I got my registration at a thickness that I like. So I wanted a little thicker because sometimes the Cameo, if it's not showing registration right, it will kick your project off. So this part I'm gonna show you, and then I'm gonna show you the outcome of the fan. Like I said, I did this already, but I wanted to show you how you are able to create this. If you ever pay attention to those Canva frames, when you are importing your design inside of Canva frames, you cannot reposition those pictures. So this is why sometimes I come inside a Silhouette Studio and do these kind of projects as well. So let's place this in the middle. So this is how you set up your paper. So you click center at the top. Before you do anything else, make a duplicate one of these, because I use this for the back as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit weld. It's going to change this to a different color. It's going to make it solid without the design. And then I'll show you why after that, after we get done doing this part. So now we are about to go to the fun part. Okay, you got your registration marks on, you got your paper set up. Let's hit send. Okay, now you see it's saying that to cut around here. What are you going to do? You're going to click on the entire design and you're going to hit cut edge. Now, once you cut edge, as you can see, it's going to go around the entire design. It's going to go inside the middle. It's going to go inside of here. Something is off with this one here. You can keep it like this, or if you want to go back and readjust your because this post is you can cut this out as well, but this looks kind of cute, so I'm gonna leave it like this time. But if you ever want this cut out, you will just have to go and readjust your offsets. But because this looks cute like this and this looks cute like this, I'm just going to leave it like this for right now. Okay, so this is going to cut all of this. Let's see if I can. Okay, so you click on the design. It's going to show you where you're going to be able to cut, and it's going to go all around. It's going to go inside of here. If you want this to get cut out, like I said, in the future, just readjust your offset settings prior to doing this step. So next, what you're going to do after you do all of this, you are going to come over here. Now, if you are using photo paper, you adjust to photo paper. However, I wanted to make sure that my paper cut really good because I put holographic paper on top of this and it's still cut. And so if you are someone that's using holographic paper, the key to making that work is when you put your holographic paper on your design, you want to make sure that the holographic paper do not touch your registration marks. It will still cut everything else out. So I would do cardstock plain, even though I'm using photo paper. I'm using photo paper, but if you use photo paper, sometimes the insides don't cut out right. So I do cardstock to give it a little better cutting pressure, and then I adjusted my cardstock paper to cardstock heavy texture. And then I put my force at 6. Force at 6. And then I did 3 passes. Okay, force at 6. 1, 2, 3. And then you will send it to send. So I'm going to come back with the results of what this looked like once it cut it out. But I just want to show you that you are able to do this kind of method inside of Silhouette Studio. It gives you a little bit more control than the Canva frames, because the Canva frames is just a drop and drag. Silhouette Studio, you can do a little bit more with your crop images inside of your templates. So I'll be back with part 2. Okay, so I am back, everybody, with part 1 or part 2? Well, part 2 of the fan from Silhouette Studio. So as you can see, this is the fan. I did this earlier, so it looks a little different from what I showed on the tutorial. But this is the fan that you are able to create inside of Silhouette Studio. Again, the reason why I did this is because sometimes with those drop and drag templates, if you are using a photo, you have to position your photo a certain way inside of Canva in order for it to show correctly like this. But inside of Silhouette Studio, you have the option of going inside of your template and adjusting your photo to the position that you are able to get the best quality. So not only that you can create graduation fans inside of Canva, you can also do this inside of Silhouette Studio. Just in case if you're wondering, if I don't know if you can tell, but I added holographic paper to my design. Okay, so yes, I created this inside of Silhouette Studio, and I was able to go inside with Silhouette Studio and cut this with the holographic paper on my paper. So the key to using the holographic paper or any type of laminate sheet is you do not want the paper to cover up the registration marks. That's the key. So if you are using some type of lamination paper, or not the lamination paper that you put through the hot machine, it's like a self-adhesive lamination paper. The trick again is to not put the paper on side of your registration marks. Also, I had to do a little bit of manipulation, and this is photo paper, okay, but I used heavy cardstock settings inside of Silhouette. It's like 80 pound. So I picked that, and then I adjusted my force to 6, and I did a 3-pass cut. So when you pick your graduation fan up off the mat, all of this inside will be sticking to the mat. So I did a couple test cuts, and that's how I was able to determine what force worked better for me. So again, this is a graduation fan that I did design inside of Silhouette Studio, not inside of Canva, to let people know that there's other options that you can use if you are not someone that is familiar with Canva, or if you have a better preference than Canva. I like Canva too, but like I said, there are some restrictions in that software that sometimes I do go to Silhouette Studio, and this is one of them. If I am using a template, especially with a photo, and I want to reposition the photo inside of my template, this is when I go to Silhouette Studio. So this is how it turned out. All right. So this is actually the back, and the front look like it's in reverse. All right. So thank you everyone for subscribing to my channel. I am getting close to 300. You know, I am celebrating the small wins. So thank you everyone for subscribing. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, until next time, happy Sunday.